Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to speak about breaking into the supplement market. Definitely something we didn't think it was going to be as hard as this. It's been 2.5 years now. No, I'd say bang on 2 years. Yep. We started this time, or around about May, 2 years ago. And we just started with a passion really. A passion to bring something better and give more value to customers in this space. So, first of all, I want to talk about the first concept we came up with. And then deeper into this video, I'm going to talk about how hard it actually is. Some of the battles we face daily and how we have overcome them so far. First of all, we want to go into the concept one, which was a dropper bottle. And what I mean by a dropper bottle, it was literally a pipette bottle. And the whole idea was that you literally put one drop on your mouth a day and you would consume all like the essential goods of the nootropics, the caffeine. We were even thinking about doing eucalyptus to open up the airways before your gym session. That was the first concept, wasn't it?
Yep.
And wow, we spent a bit of money as well, a bit of time, a bit of money. Sorry, I'm just going for a walk here, get some steps in with Aaron. And yeah, like where do I even start here? So obviously it was a cool concept. We didn't think we thought it was a good concept until we actually started trying to make it. So the hardest part we found at the start was trying to find a manufacturer, but a trusted manufacturer who had a low MOQ, because a lot of these companies, a lot of these manufacturers, their MOQs are very high. You're talking about 10,000 units to start with, and we didn't have that sort of capital to begin with, so we searched and searched. I think we reached out to maybe, how many different companies are?
Probably about 40, all in all.
40 to 50 companies, also in Ireland at the time. So we reached out to about 40 different companies to see if they can do a low MOQ startup. And we found one that was up north in Manchester. And we spent about a couple months talking back and forth. The MOQ was, I think it was it 50 or 200, 50 or 100, I believe. So we went with them, and the hardest part was actually trying to get these ingredients into like a liquid-based form, wasn't it?
Yeah, to correct dose.
Correct dose, exactly. Because we weren't experienced in terms of like dosages. We knew what we wanted in each drop, but like realistically, it wasn't going to happen. So what we wanted to do was have an oil base. Was it oil based, Aaron? Or no, it was water based. Yeah. But to get these different ingredients in water based, you'd have to pay MOQ, because they got sourced from somewhere else, and they have to mix it all together into a dropper form. And the MOQ was crazy. And when I mean crazy, I'm on about like £5,000 per ingredient, which is something we definitely can't afford. So we thought, okay, well, let's be innovative here. Let's think outside the box. How can we actually achieve this? So then we thought about getting the powder and mixing the powder together with water in like a concentrated form, right?
Yeah.
So we thought about doing that. And we paid them £1,000 to do R&D. And so yeah, R&D is research and development. £1,000 to do that, and it was an absolute failure. We could have done it ourselves. They literally bought all the ingredients in powder form, chucked them in one Pyrex, added some water.
It's like a cement mix.
It's like a cement mixer, and when we got it, it was disgusting, terrible. I'm going to put up a little video of our reaction. Oh my God. After that, we were like, well, listen, it's not going to work out. We're not going to get the right dosages per drop. It's not realistic at all. So we had a chat with a couple of friends of ours who'd done nootropic coffees in the past, and we decided to go down a powder route. He recommended a manufacturer over in the US, so we reached out. We got a sample through of our formula, but we had a few different ingredients in that formula. We had a guarana, which is a natural caffeine derived in Brazil. We had that first. We went for a orange flavour, and we let our influencer try that. That was not good at all, was it? Didn't work out. It tasted horrible. It was a bad aftertaste. The first taste was all right, but the aftertaste was terrible. And we didn't get good reviews from that at all. And another problem was actually shipping it from US to UK. That was a big problem because the freight costs, it was freight costs, wasn't it? There was a big throw off, as well as them not actually displaying and being transparent with us when it came to what other ingredients they were putting into our formula. Like, you know, all these filler ingredients that we didn't want. They didn't tell us how much milligrams of each thing they put in, so we didn't trust them from the get-go. And obviously we're all about 100% natural. That's what we stand for, you know. We want to bring something unique to the market. But now I want to get on to the juiciest part of the video, and that is how we overcame these obstacles and how we kept moving forward. So, as I said before, trying to find a manufacturer that would actually do what we want to do was difficult. Spent months just researching, outreaching, constantly non-stop until we found a manufacturer that would actually do what we wanted. And that came to pure perseverance and a hunger and ambition to become a better version of ourselves, right? And a lot of people would have given up, I guarantee it, you know. We put a hefty investment in to get this first batch ordered. I'm talking like good, you know, decently big figures, and it was a risk. But as you all know, without no risk, there is no reward. And we done it not just for us, but for a bigger purpose. And that purpose being an impact on the world, providing a healthy alternative for people who are striving to become a healthy version of themselves, who are committing for that, committed for a healthy version of themselves. And our why is to inspire people to invest in themselves. And that's why we do it. That's why we keep pushing forward. That's why we keep persevering. That's why we keep moving past the obstacles and absolutely smashing every single hurdle in our way. We just keep moving, right? And that comes down to our why. That fuels us, that keeps us going. And this is an important message to anyone who is aspiring to become a better version of themselves, start a business, become a healthier version, do anything. You need to find your why. And you need to look yourself in the mirror, you need to do some soul searching and figure out what fuels you and why you do it. And you know, you could say your you could say your why is to provide a healthier, not healthier, you could say your why is to provide a better life for your family, for your kids. And that's a strong why. But what happens when you do that? What happens when you actually achieve that? What's your why going to be then? You know, so that really isn't a why, if that makes sense. Your why should fuel you after you achieve anything. And as I said, our why is to inspire people to invest themselves, and that will never stop. Till the day I die, I'm going to inspire people to invest themselves. And that's why I teamed up with Aaron, because his why is the same as mine. That's why we bounce off each other. That's why we work so well together, you know what I mean? So that's a little insight on why we do it. And I hope you look away from this video, do some questioning to yourself, do some soul searching and figure out what your why is, and let that fuel you to the end. Take care, thanks for watching, and look out for the next video.